Welcome everyone to the 5th episode of podcast of Dronacharya International School. Myself Khushi Sharma from grade 9th B, and today joining me here is Vani Sharma from grade 9th. Welcome Vani.
Thank you, Khushi. It's my pleasure to be here and to be with you to discuss on this great topic.
Alright, so can you tell us spectators what this great topic is?
Why not? Today we are going to talk about Punjab, and as we know, Punjab is famous for the tradition and culture. So today we are going to talk about the culture and tradition of Punjab.
So before knowing about the culture or tradition of Punjab, can we know about its location? Where is it situated?
Why not? So see, Punjab is a state which is located in the northwest region of India and is the most rich state. And Punjab is made of, the word Punjab is made of two words, which is Panch means five and A which is mean of water. And so basically the land of five rivers, and these five rivers are Satluj, Ravi, Chenab, Jhelum and Beas.
Alright. So I have heard from a lot of people that Punjab is known as India's bread basket.
Yeah.
So can you elaborate this statement?
Yeah, so it's very true that Punjab is known as India's bread basket, as it is the fertile spot of India. It is very fertile spot of India, as I have told you earlier. It is the land of five rivers, and it upholds the development of many cereals, plants, vegetables and fruits. And it is it produces 12% of total cereals produced by India.
Alright, so let's proceed to the next question.
Why not?
So it is that can we know about few old names of Punjab?
Punjab has various names during ancient India, and according to the Vedic text it was known as Sapta Sindhu, and during Mahabharata and Ramayana it was known as Panchanada and Brahmavatra.
Alright. So now can you tell us about the origin of Punjab or who founded Punjab?
Okay, so the foundation of Punjab was led by Banda Singh Bahadur. He was a hermit and later on he became a military leader, and with his fighting band of Sikh, he temporarily liberated the eastern part of territory of Mughal rule in 1709 to 1710.
Alright, so we have learned a lot about Punjab's origin
Yeah.
and foundation. So now can you comment on the climatic conditions of Punjab?
Punjab has a continental monsoonal type of climate. It receives rainfall from the southwest monsoonal winds and between the season of July to September.
Alright. So now can you tell us about the major occupations practiced by people of Punjab?
See, the major occupation practiced by the people of Punjab are agriculture and transportation. As you have asked me in the previous question that it was known as India's bread basket, so agriculture is the main occupation which should be practiced in Punjab, and there are many more, like livestock is also raised in Punjab, and a large number of industries with large number of workers in woolen textile, silk and cotton textile are there, and it also transport equipments and parts to the other part of country.
That's really very interesting. Now can you share your views on the official language of Punjab?
Okay, so the official language of Punjab is Punjabi, and it is the 10th widely spoken language in whole world, and is the 4th spoken language in Asia. And it is also written, and the Punjabi language is written in the Gurumukhi script.
Alright. Now let's talk about attire. So
Yeah.
can we know about the traditional attire of Punjab?
Okay, so the Punjabi kurta and pajama with turban is the traditional dress for men folk of Punjab. And if we see for the women, so it's a traditional suit which is consist of kameez and a pair of loose pant which is known as salwar, and scarf which is known as dupatta, and this is the traditional dress for the women of Punjab.
Alright. It was really very nice. So now can we know which city is famous for clothes in Punjab?
Amritsar and Ludhiana are the most famous places for clothes, and it is also famous for shawl, scarf and sweater.
Alright. So as you just said Amritsar, can you tell a few specialties about Amritsar?
Okay, so Amritsar is the most largest and it is very important city of Punjab, okay, and it is also the major communication, cultural and transportation center, and it is also the center of Sikhism and that sport. It is like a worship sport. There are many worship sport located in Amritsar, which is Harmandir Sahib and Golden Temple. As everyone know, Golden Temple is very much famous for
Of
Sikhism.
course. So now let's talk about food.
Yeah.
So can you tell famous dishes which we can try in Punjab?
Okay, so firstly I want to comment on this. Whenever people talk about Punjabi food, they just think about two things. That firstly is so sarson ka saag and makke di roti. But there are many more things which we can try. So I would like to suggest them for you. So it is butter chicken, parathe, chole bhature, malai lassi and pinni.
All right. So I have heard about these food
Okay.
items, but I have never heard about pinni. So can you describe it?
Okay, so see, basically pinni is not a dish, it's a sweet, and this sweet is basically made during the time of winters, and it is made up of ghee, wheat flour, dry fruits and jaggery.
It sounds really very tasty.
Yeah.
Can you tell us now about few tourist attractions which we can visit in Punjab?
Okay, so there are many tourist places to visit in Punjab, so I would recommend you for few of them. So it is Golden Temple, as it is very famous all around the world, and it is Ragla Punjab Haveli, Kalsha College, and it is not a college actually. It was a college, now it is a tourist place, and it is last I want to, as we have learned about that history, so Jallianwala Bagh will be the best option.
That's really nice. So Vani, my last question to you is, have you ever visited Punjab?
Actually not yet, but I think after seeing this podcast, our audience may visit to Punjab as they have learned a lot about Punjab.
All right, so thank you. So this was the end of today's podcast. Thank you for being with us from starting to the end. Thank you, Vani.
Thank you.